Then tell me who got a flow like God.
What?
Oh my!
Merry
damn Christmas!
Yes.
Welcome. You know, come sit on Santa's lap and get ready to cut up. You know what I mean? Tell me what you want for Christmas, ladies.
Gotta do better with our lives. Gotta do better with our lives.
Oh man. Welcome everyone that is listening to us, watching us, and everything. I know you're in that holiday spirit. As you see, we are too. You know what I mean? We want to get in the holiday spirit for y'all, a little something. You know what I mean? So, first of all, you know, we want to wish everyone a very happy. Well, no, that'd be New Year. A very merry Christmas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you celebrate that kind of thing. You know what I mean? And a happy New Year, as that will come up right behind it. You know what I mean? So we just appreciate you guys. You have been a really, really great Christmas gift for us, rocking with us on this journey and standing beside us and supporting us. And as we always say, you are Cuttin Up family. So welcome back again. You know, you rocking with the best.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? Dashing through these hoes on a one-horse open sleigh.
All these bitches know what I got to say.
Hey,
Better get up on this track and lay down on your back. Stop playing, girl. You know everything I spit is fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That was smooth.
You know what I mean? Y'all always, I don't know what it is. DMX, his ad-libs
It works.
go on any song.
Any record, bro.
Any song they work.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
The best. Hey, yo, while you playing, that's how I feel about Jay-Z's. Yep.
That and T.I.'s, hey.
Yeah.
You throw it on anything.
T.I.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you know I got to go around on my super crew, Santa's elves themselves.
Oh,
you know what I'm
shit.
saying? You know what I'm saying? We all helping out, you know what I mean? I hope you're out there doing your duty and helping some family, some children, something out in some way, shape, or form, paying it forward for the Christmas season. You know what I mean? You hear the jingle bells going, you know what I mean? So, of course,
What was that, man? All right,
you already know. You already know.
Let me do it.
Santa on the
I did
roof.
the mannequin. I was like,
You already know Santa's favorite elf in the building over here, the lovely lady SDOT Lee.
hey. How y'all doing?
Y'all, that response was hilarious.
Yeah.
She hit you with y'all. What she said?
How's everybody feeling?
Christmas.
Excellent.
Oh my gosh, I feel so good. I get excited around this time.
It's
of
the best
year.
time of year.
Yeah.
I love like decorating and stuff, putting the tree up.
Are you super Christmas head?
Not super, but I just get excited because I know like the New Year's coming and like, you know, like just the whole
It's the
beginnings
vibe.
of everything. Yeah, it just feels good.
Are you like, is winter like your season?
No, I actually love the warmer months.
Yeah.
I love the warmer
Me
months.
too.
I'm not really crazy about cold. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I did like when I was in Jersey. I love seeing some snow. Yeah.
Yeah, this
I
is
did.
close to snow as we get down.
Hey,
here.
listen, I was trying to make it happen. I was like,
I feel you.
I'm going to be the snowball.
Snowfall. I love it.
Frosty, the
matches.
snow queen.
Hey.
She's fly as she
Hey.
can be.
Hey.
With a corn pop. This is how it goes.
Hey! Yo, you hit that. So I was like, hey.
X baby.
X gonna give it
Shout out to X, man.
What you want for Christmas? X gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
Shout out to DMX.
Okay,
shout out
perfect
to
moment.
man.
Perfect moment.
That's
DMX,
good.
man.
So
Yo,
you
every
got
time somebody asks me, that's what I'm going to say now.
X gonna give it to you. Yeah.
So what you did all your Christmas shopping yet?
I always wait for the last minute.
I'm the
That's
same way.
my like secret guilty thing that I do. And every year I'm like, oh, I'm going to like shop in advance. It never happens. But it always ends up perfect. Like I wait for the last minute and then I find everything I need.
I'm a one-day shopper.
Really?
Like, I'm going any gift I'm giving,
It's
it gets bought in that day.
Yeah, you know what I did one year and it worked out so good for my sisters and my daughter. I was like, you know what, y'all? How about we just do this? We're going to wait until, because you know, literally the day after, everything's on
Hell
sale.
yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna give y'all some money. Let's all exchange money, and we go wherever we want to go and just go crazy. Yo, it was the best year ever.
Oh, if I don't live in the same city
so
with
dope.
you and I gotta mail you a gift,
Yeah.
oh, it's getting bought on the day after.
I know that's right.
Hell yeah.
It's getting bought on the day after, like
Yes.
straight up. Yeah, your gift's on the way,
After
man.
that, it
Just,
comes
you know.
from Walgreens.
Oh, something must happen to the mail. It's coming.
Right,
You gotta
right.
hit 'em with. It's
But of
coming,
course,
don't worry.
got to introduce the other hosts. You know, if
What's
this
up,
is your
bruh?
first time, you know what I mean? No, do not be confused. That is not Santa Claus himself. That is the one and only Robert Covington in the building. What's good?
Hey.
Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing, cuz?
I'm good,
Merry
man.
Christmas. This was like our best time of year growing up, man.
It was?
Yeah, man, we had fun doing Christmas. We always went to my grandma's house. It was dope.
That's what's up, man.
Okay, yeah, I do remember some
Yeah,
of
that was dope.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was trying to remember.
He
I was
like-
It took a long
He
time.
lying, but I'm gonna go
It
with
took
it
a
now.
long damn
like,
time.
yeah,
That's
sure.
what
hold
I
on,
ain't
yeah,
gonna make
yeah.
you
This shit
stupid.
don't even sound believable now. Damn,
No,
nigga,
we
it was
did
funny.
we did go there. We did go there a couple of good
We
times.
had a
so.
goddamn.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That
the
was
big
nice.
family.
That is
You
what's
good?
up.
Well, I'm good. I'm doing good. G.
And of course, you know what I'm saying? If your chimney ain't big enough, then you ain't gonna get no gifts from the Fat Man. You know what I mean? AKA Tropical Papa
Yeah.
is in the
Like that.
building
Hey.
Yeah,
throwing
yeah,
out
yeah.
gifts.
Man,
What's
gifts,
goody?
gifts, man. Yo, this is really like my favorite time of year.
Is it really?
Yeah, like it really is.
Like, I see
don't-
the smile. I was wondering why you
barely-
smiling like this.
Nah, and it's just like even like in the pit of my stomach, I feel like a little kid. Like once all this stuff got on the table,
It
it,
did.
was just like it's something about it. Just it brings me back to those Christmases when I go to the tree and ain't nothing under there.
Yeah. Bruh, I once got a Sega Genesis that had to be returned. It was ready.
Oh, that was
Really?
hilarious. That
Yes.
was
What was
it?
super
What
hilarious.
was wrong with it?
Yo, that's
We were broke.
savage.
It was rented.
We were broke.
It was rented, right?
It was rented from Blockbuster. You had to take that shit back, bro. Bro,
Damn.
I spent that whole week.
That's-
I had to be every game. I'm not
Yo.
talking to nobody. I'm not doing nothing.
That's
I remember
okay.
that shit was
Bro, I
hilarious.
ain't played, bro, I ain't played video games since.
You see this dude's face like, yo, come on, let's play that
No,
Sega
that's
Genesis,
that's
bro.
heartbreaking.
He's
Wow.
Oh my god.
No,
have
bro,
it no
I'll be
more.
honest with you. When you broke, no, it's not. That was the best week of my life when I was broke.
But
Like,
when it had to go back.
I mean, I might have been sad then, but I was
That's
by that time I had beat all those
Oh, he
games.
was super sad. He was
It's such a
Oh,
beautiful
man.
time of year.
I don't have
Oh my
no Sega
God.
Genesis no more.
Yeah. Don't
Fuck
worry.
Sonic.
Nintendo,
Don't
Sega
worry.
Genesis.
I dropped the
I was
rock.
dead broke and I couldn't pitch
I dropped the
Yeah.
rock in that mug. It's
Christmas
cool.
missed
It'll
us.
never work
Yeah,
again.
for real. For real.
Damn.
What's your
Big
favorite? What's your
facts.
favorite holiday?
It really is, man. And I remember being in the shelter back home in New York,
Ooh.
and the I don't know, it was just like this biker gang or whatever. They took us to some lighthouse, man, and they brought us a bunch of gifts we knew we wasn't gonna get. You know what I'm saying? We knew we wasn't gonna get
Why
nothing.
though?
We was broke. We was in the shelter. You know what I'm saying? So
They brought you gifts that you knew you wasn't gonna get.
like they knew we wasn't gonna get them. Like we didn't have no money for it.
Oh,
so
but you said they
Oh,
gave
okay.
it to you.
yeah,
I thought they
they-
just showed it to
yeah.
you.
Nah,
I was
they-
gonna
It
say,
was
you're
two
some
times.
dirty
Wait, no,
Damn,
I'm
that's
sorry.
cold.
There
I'm
was two
confused.
times. There was 2 times in my life when this happened. Like when people brought us gifts and stuff like that.
And then they take it back?
No. They took us to a lighthouse. They took us to this lighthouse. It was like some rescue, some shelter stuff or whatever. And these bikers, I'd never seen this many white guys in my life. These bikers came in and they gave us all a bunch of gifts, man. It was shit that we wanted, and we was just so
Yo,
excited.
that's what's
Oh
up.
my god.
And then I remember there was one Christmas we knew we wasn't getting nothing. This is just like when we got out the shelter, and we was damn man, we had got out the shelter, and we finally got our own apartment or whatever, and we didn't think we was gonna get nothing for Christmas, and out of nowhere this organization knocked at the door
Oh my god.
and dropped off so many gifts,
Yo,
like
that's
Yo, man,
flooded
see,
our
that makes you
whole
wanna get
living room. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
It flooded our
Been
living
there.
room.
Heart
so
melt.
this is one of those times, even though I don't
Means
really
something.
celebrate it like that no
Yeah.
more as I've gotten older, but
Right.
it's just like when you see certain stuff like this, it's nostalgic to those times.
It's
or whatever.
memories. It's
Yeah.
tagged
Oh,
to your
that's dope.
brain.
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew.
Certain moments.
Yeah, no, shout out to them organizations that
Right? That
that go hard
Yes.
every year
Oh,
and do
man.
that stuff. Cause I got them stories too
Mhm.
of wondering like 3 days before Christmas the tree done got filled up.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute, the
Yeah.
lights was just off the other day, so I know something don't
How this
add
just
up.
happened.
Yeah.
So, you know, just going through them tough times, especially it's really rough when you have a parent that's working their ass off and still just can't, you know, make ends meet to that extent or give their kids the kind of Christmas that they wish they could. And so these organizations that do this kind of stuff, they help fill in that gap. You know what I mean? So is that? That's me making it. You take this.
No, I'm taking it on. No.
That's
your
I thought Jamie was back there.
No,
it was you.
Because I knew exactly when you was talking.
I started seeing it after a while. I started seeing it move. Yeah.
But no, so those organizations and people like that, you know, the what do they call them? The something angels.
What is it?
It is like an angel. There's like
there's a few different
so many
ones.
different.
Children.
Ones.
This dang.
I forgot.
Yeah,
what they
but they, you know, these people that they don't have to do this stuff, and you know, they could be like a lot of other people and could care less. You know what I mean? But they go out of their way. They donate their money, their time. They make the efforts where they don't have to, just to be good human beings.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I've always had mad respect for them people.
Yeah, Toys for Tots. Those are the people that brought the gifts.
Yeah, Toys for Tots.
And when me and my brother kept hearing tots, we was like, they ain't giving them to us. We ain't no tots. Like we wasn't exactly. I was maybe in 5th grade or something like that. So I was like, I ain't no tots. And they came and showered us with Mag. Even got stuff from my mom and stuff like that.
That's sweet.
I cried like a little baby. Like I could not believe it. It was one of those times. I just wish those guys at the Lighthouse know how much it meant to me, and it changed my outlook on this. Nah, I don't know. I mean, I was in 3rd grade when that happened.
Like, what if you can call, like, do you remember where you were? Or
Yeah,
ask your mom.
I do.
Call that place and maybe see if they still have some type of connection.
I would love to do something like that.
That would be super dope.
I would love to.
That and the other best thing you could do is to, you know, follow suit.
Pay it forward.
You know what I mean? Find a way to help.
Do the same
even if
thing.
it's just one family or you know, getting with an organization that would be like, well, a celebrity wants to come be part of it.
Yeah.
Hey, oh, sure.
I would love
you know
to
what
do
I mean?
something like that.
Should. That would be dope.
Because stuff like it does create those memories like that. Where it's like, yo, these people don't have to be here.
Right.
They don't have to do none of this. Why are you doing it? You know,
exactly.
Because you grow up, you know, in the rough area and stuff. You're not used to people just being nice human beings for no reason.
Exactly.
So it teaches you, like, oh, you can't just be a nice human being.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true, man. So damn, man.
Yeah. So what's your favorite Christmas memories, Miss SDOT?
Dang, I don't know. I've been sitting here thinking about it the whole time. I was so caught up in y'all's stories. I'm like, damn. Oh my gosh.
SDOT over there like, damn, that's what poor people go through?
No. You know what's funny? Because, like, sometimes I feel like, damn, I had such a rough life, but I just had a realization I don't remember having, like, a bad Christmas, I don't think. And I was like, damn, I don't know if I have any memories like that. And I'm sure there was times where we didn't have anything, but that means my people must have made it seem like it was something, you know?
Yeah.
I would say, I don't know if I have, like, one particular time, but I just remember, like, when we first moved out here, my sisters were younger, we were all staying together. And for me, it's just when everybody wakes up together, like me, my immediate family, my mom, my sisters, my daughter, and, like, everybody's just happy. Like, I always do this thing whenever the whole family comes around, and I'll have this moment where I'm just, like, somewhere, because I'm such a weirdo, so I'll be off, like, reading in the corner while everybody together and stuff. I have my, like, me time moments, and I'll look at everyone, and when I see everybody smiling, and it's like just everybody's together, and in that moment nobody has any worries, it's just this moment of just togetherness, unity. Like, I love it.
I call it life bookmark moments.
Yeah,
where
I
you
do
like,
that all the
you're
time.
like, when this is all over, I want to bookmark this moment.
So I remember doing that one time. We're all together, everybody's opening up their stuff, and everybody all happy, and I'm just looking at everybody like, this is dope. This feels good.
Especially when, like, you know, life is just rough at the time. Or like when you are struggling, or when you are dealing with a lot of things, and then I don't know, if you get to this time of year, and then it's just like, you know, you get that moment to just like, and people come in town, like a deep breath. Or you go to where they are, and you connected with family, and you know, everybody's just purposefully in a good mood, and you know, wanting to share love, and it's like the one time everyone remembers. You know, it's all about our humanity and us being together. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's like sadly, like one of the only times a year for a lot of people, not all people, but most people, it's like that's the time of year, you know, that and Thanksgiving, but I think Christmas more is just even more heightened. I fell in love with the aspect of, I'm one of those people, and some of y'all might, you know, agree or, you know, feel the same way, but I'm one of those people, I get more excitement from giving gifts
Me too.
than receiving them.
Yeah,
Matter
me
of fact,
too.
I get so much out of it that over the years, my family has learned, he don't need nothing.
Yeah.
I'm always giving the gifts. I get
Yeah.
like a card. Sometimes I'll be a little salty. Like, man, I'm spending a couple $1,000 damn dollars.
Right.
I got a
Give me a
card.
damn card.
But no, I fell in love with that from, I think what it was, I mean, I think it was a couple of different things, but I think the main thing was, I remember my mother and we were in some of our hardest times, and you get used to, you know, I don't know who all, I know you were raised by a single mother. Were you raised by a single mother?
Until I've lived like 3 lives. I really have, I swear.
I know the
I
village.
love that response. You
Yeah,
kind of rolled
right? Because yes and no. So like my father was there until I was like 14.
Mhm. So I was, you know, growing up, my parents split when I was like a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and my mom, she wasn't big on getting back out there and dating like that. So it was usually just us, you know what I mean? But I remember because of that, you know, her struggling and everything. And my mom was a hard worker. She wasn't lazy. And she worked 2 and 3 jobs. So you get used to seeing your mom either tired or just kind of like fed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not with us, just in general, just going through the motions. You know, I gotta make sure everything else, I gotta make sure they're fed. I gotta make sure they got shoes and this and that. You know what I'm saying? And you see your parent in that light more often, I think, than they even realize. You know? And so, but then you get around to Christmas, and then just that joy on her face watching us. Now, we couldn't really get her. I think we made like little stockings and stuff in school and things like that. We didn't get nothing real, you know what I mean? But, and we didn't, and especially when we were out west, we didn't have no family out there, you know? So it's not like anybody was really giving her much of anything.
Right.
But to see how much joy it brought her, and to see her in that happy, smiley mood, and how much she really enjoyed making sure that, you know, or watching us, you know, open our gifts, that who knows what she went through to get, you know what I mean? And seeing that look, you know, and that feeling, and it was, I don't know, I just correlated that with, that's when the happiest I see my mother. You know what I mean? When she's giving. You know, so for me, it's like that makes me feel warm and fuzzy.
Good.
You can give me a gift, and it's like, I've always been one of those type people, like, if I want something, I'm going to get it, period, on my own, you know what I mean?
Hello.
So I've never been really one of those people where,
Hello.
I
Yo, I'm just glad you gave us one. I'm just glad you gave us one, though.
I did it before too, and I was like, oh shit, I do. So I said, I was like, hello.
Yo, you gonna have a bunch of people walking up to you going,
I'm mad
hello.
at your face change in the middle
But I
of saying it. When you caught yourself.
I couldn't even stop it either. It rolled off so effortlessly. I was like, oh shit, I can't do it. That is funny.
I love
Look,
it.
Wavyy was like,
It's who you are. It's who you are.
They did go.
Don't change it.
But
Right
yeah,
there.
that is your thing. I'm telling you, people are gonna be walking up to you going,
that
hello.
is so funny.
Or like you go do like a panel or something. You come on stage, everybody gonna go,
Hello.
And you gonna hear this audible laugh in the back. Ah!
But yeah, so that, you know, that for me is like, I never really felt like, you know, I needed anything. So when people ask me, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Because when I
me
need
too.
something, I do what I need to do to go get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or if I want something, I'm like, okay, I'll get it. Or, okay, I'm going to wait and, you know, stack my chips, and then I'll go get that and get it. So, you know, so when people ask me, I'm like, I don't know.
All right, so you my cousin. When I get rich, don't expect no gifts then.
Oh, I got you.
Don't expect
I
the
got
damn
you.
thing.
I got you.
Nah, you said you gonna go get it.
Ditto.
Right.
My brother. My brother. Be some quiet ass Christmases when we get wealthy.
Hey, brother, your presence is good enough for me, man.
Yeah, you
There
ain't
you
lying,
go.
bro.
I'm good. But yeah, so you know, it's the other flip side of things is when you get older. I don't know about for you guys, but when I got older, you know, and I'm very inquisitive about everything already anyway. So I started doing my research, and I want to know where things come from. And then when I start seeing outside of the magic of Christmas. Now, to me, the reality, the realness is that family bonding and coming together and, you know what I mean? Even giving, some people like to be like, oh, gifts, people don't need gifts, but that show of gratitude or love or in a physical material form,
well, just that you
it's
consider
symbolic,
somebody,
right?
And thought about
right,
them.
exactly, right. And now, if if your kids are all just like, I want this, I want that, and then like you see them kids get pissed off on Christmas, I didn't want this one. It's like you're raising them bastards wrong. Yeah, you raising them bastards wrong.
Look at little nigga.
You know what I mean? Because my mom was big on that. Like,
yo, my uncle told me that straight up once. So I said that about something he got me.
I was like, well,
My Uncle Petey looked dead at me in my face. And it was something he got me. It was silly. He got me, and I was like, I don't like this. He was like, go kill yourself. And I bust out laughing. I was dying laughing.
You gotta know him now.
You gotta know my Uncle Petey.
Like, tell me how you really feel.
He told me straight up.
Yeah.
He told me straight
As
up.
a kid.
As a kid.
Oh, he was raw dog. He was
Hey,
kid, it
yo,
didn't
my
matter.
uncle kept us real. Real.
Let me give you an example of this man. I'm talking about like 7, 8 years old, just roasting. Like he roasting a grown man. And he's a beast at it already.
Oh my God.
Roasting, like pull no punches. You sitting there crying, Mom, Mom.
Oh, don't call your
He's
mama.
like, you got to learn, boy. You got to learn.
Take this L.
Awesome.
His thing was like, I'm gonna get you right. I'm gonna get you
Oh,
right.
you gonna be hard by the
so
time this is
funny.
done. Yeah.
But he was right, because then when I got older, my roast
ready.
game.
Nobody can joke on you, bro.
Yeah.
By the time you get to a certain age, you just like, look, I've heard it all, bro.
Yeah.
So hilarious.
And like this how sick he is. We'll call him up because we all do it. We'll call him up. And hey, what's up, young buck? And then it just hit him with some roasting real quick right out the gate. Like, oh damn, right out the gate, huh? Boy, I did good with y'all. Boy.
What up, dark skin? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So like
I saw a picture of you yesterday. You look just like Predator. I loved it. You're just like, damn.
he crack, you hit him with, he be like, oh, that's fucked up. He said, well, I'm proud of you, boy. I'm proud of you. Like that's how twisted he
That
is.
is awesome. Yo, that's
Like
awesome,
he'll ask me
man.
about him and be like, yo, how's the Sasquatch doing?
Oh my God.
It was
Was it you I played that voicemail from? Yeah,
He
you
was
big
cracking
Saint
up.
Bernard.
Yeah.
He was going on for dog. He was going on.
You know what though? That's so.
Oh, man.
A spirit like that you would miss if he wasn't around.
Oh
he's
yeah,
all
hell
love.
yeah. No, we
He's
love
all
it.
love,
Yeah.
bro.
We love it. He's the only older family member that we could just talk shit to, and he'll talk shit
And
back.
you
and
know
we
he's
all
gonna
love
be
it.
real if you ask him some shit.
Yeah.
He's gonna be
That's
100%, 24/7.
Everybody else, they look at you like, especially the women, they look at you like you lost your damn mind. Like
That-
they'll roast on you because they're funny too, and
But
you
you
be like,
better not say nothing
but let's
back.
talk about your feet, man.
Talk about what?
Excuse
Right.
me. You be like, wait a minute, you just roasted me for 20 minutes.
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Soon
you
as I
told me,
say
but I can't
something-
do it back.
Right. So I get the evil eye as soon as I
Uh-huh.
say something. What's this about? I'm your mother.
And then
Oh,
my dad is
man.
so respected that nobody say shit about my dad.
Your dad presence is the truth.
You'll mess around, go around to say something, your hair will just fall the hell out by itself. The hell is he on?
My favorite thing with them was he'd say something slick or something crazy and think his dad didn't hear it, and he'd turn. What'd you say, son?
My dad has
And you
the
just watch him
softest
cower
walk
down.
up. He has the softest walk up ever. Like we could be holding this whole conversation, he'll
do.
walk up and you'll do this.
He's a ninja.
Hey.
Yo, he
Now,
caught
what'd
us
you
so
say,
many
son?
times
Oh,
just
my
saying
God.
wild shit.
Yeah.
And you
So
never even knew he was there. It's
you,
like,
you sitting there like, yo, so she had this fat ass. Oh, hey, Pop.
And
No,
let
what
me-
was you saying?
Let me tell you his favorite thing to do is I'm going off like, yeah, nigga, we do this, nigga. We
Bruh.
gonna do that.
Cause
He
here's the
behind me,
problem.
ain't he?
He will walk up behind him and he's looking me dead in my face. So you know I can't tell him.
Right.
Like so, it's just one of those. Look, nigga.
You gotta find out why was he so light-footed?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. He used to catch us in the weirdest stuff, bro.
Lightfoot.
And then like I used to sneak my sister out to meet her boyfriend, and he would literally we would come out the door. Yeah, come on, and he'd be standing by the door. How y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
Going back to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we going back to sleep. Yeah, going back to sleep.
I remember one time I was on the phone. He used to have bunk beds in his room. I think I was like 13 years old.
Because Wave sleep over here.
He like, shit ain't about Christmas.
I'm like, they just had a whole, what's it called? They done twisted it up. I'm just watching it.
It's about family and Christmas.
We about to come
No
back
more
to
Christmas.
it. This ties in.
We're about
I was
family and
happy
Christmas.
for a minute. Now we talking about y'all experience.
Let's get back to Christmas. We talk about family.
Because Wavy go fall asleep like a mother.
Wavy sat back like, I know y'all motherfuckers ain't take Christmas away.
I know. Low key, I was waiting for Wave to pick up his phone and leave the conversation right there.
Nah, I was gonna pull him in before he did that.
Wavy like,
Wave.
my one
I got
episode.
your back.
My one
I got your
episode.
back, Wave.
Oh man, you got it, Wave.
So you have a what do y'all like know
Tradition?
about the history of Christmas? Like
Wait, should we
type
warn people
forms
to
of
like
it?
take their kids out the room in case they are we
Man,
gonna
fuck
say
them
anything?
kids.
Oh,
Baby,
right.
nah. I feel like this baby should know.
Yeah. So
No.
how
I
so-
would teach
so
my kids.
How,
My
how
daughter
old
was
were
heartbroken.
you? How old were you when you found out Santa wasn't real?
Well, you
Damn.
just put it out there,
Yeah,
y'all.
no
I hope you
shit.
took the kids out, and if you haven't,
Oh,
take
yeah.
them out
Kids out for that
now.
one. That
Take
was
them
my
out.
The kids should be watching
Yes.
Cutting Up anyway.
Santa
True,
is
but
real
you
in
know,
some people's
Some good ass
minds.
parents out there that are like, oh, bitch, and the kids be right there like,
Nah, they did. Especially
Yeah.
if it's black people you watching. They'd be like, good. Nah, I ain't had to be the one.
I know.
Yeah.
Now you know, boy.
Man,
listen.
how old was I? I don't remember. But I feel like I believed in Santa for a while.
Oh, you one of those?
And I did.
Like SDOT, you
And-
17.
No,
SDOT.
listen. It was either, I might be getting them confused. It was either Tooth Fairy or Santa, right? My daughter found out one of them wasn't real. So she comes to me and I see her face. So I'm like,
Wait, your daughter's the one who revealed Santa wasn't real to you?
no, not
Oh,
to me.
I was about to be fucked up.
No,
I was
I'm
like,
saying
that's not a little while.
This is before I'm waking up, so I'm continuing this tradition, right? And it was one of them. My daughter comes to me and she's like, "I have to ask you a question." So I'm like, "Oh shoot!" I didn't know what she was gonna say, and we have this pact. Like, if you ask me something, I will
tell
not
you the
lie.
truth.
To this day, she knows she asked me anything, she could take it to the bank, right? If I don't want to answer it, I told her, I was like, what I'll tell you is, I just really don't want to answer that before I lie to you, right? So she comes, she's
You gotta
like,
do like my father. He
"Mommy."
just,
What?
let me ask you a question with a question.
Yeah, that's how you get out of this shit. So I'm like, what? She's like, let's say if it was Santa Claus. Maybe it was Santa Claus. I think it was a Tooth Fairy, but she's like, no, it was. So peep how this happened. She goes, are you the Tooth Fairy? And she's looking at me so hopeful. And I'm like,
Ooh.
yes, baby. And she broke down. She was so hurt. So I'm just waiting. I'm
But
like,
at least you didn't think you were actually the Tooth Fairy.
right,
Tooth
no.
Fairy.
So right.
My mama's a Tooth Fairy. All y'all kiss my ass.
So funny.
My
So
mom's a
look, so
baller.
then she gets herself together because I'm heartbroken. I'm like, Dad, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna give her a minute. Yo, she looks up at me and she's like, first she sits there, so she's like, she was sniffling, she was hurt, right? So then she all light skinned, so she all red and stuff. She like, Ma. So I'm like, oh shit, here it comes. I knew it. I'm like, oh shit.
That's when you start choking.
No, I'm scared. She's like,
Baby, go get me some water.
Santa real? Yo, I had to break her heart twice. I was like,
You a monster.
she was, yo, you know how bitch dramatically run away? She was done. Yo, she was done.
She ran away. Yo, you destroyed her whole thing. Damn.
Y'all gotta be
I
some
was like,
daughter now.
I can't even
Damn.
soften the blouse.
Oh, nah, you gotta be that daughter. Yo, that's crazy.
You like, oh, if you think that's bad,
I got some more.
wait till I tell you this shit.
That child support ain't real either.
Oh, damn.
Ask your father.
Bang,
Shots
bang.
fired. Rhodesia
Boom,
Ridge
boom,
back on the
bitch.
loose.
You was in the room like, Sarah,
Yo,
to my
hold
little
up.
friend.
No, wait. Let's pause. We gotta do this. This is the reason why I be coming for your ass.
I heard it. I was gonna go by it.
You do tell
Rhodesia
me.
Ridge back. I heard y'all.
Instigate.
See?
First of all, I studied about about the Rhodesian Ridgebacks. Come to find out, that is the
type of
most
dude.
beautiful breed because
I ain't trying
they
to hear that
protect
shit.
the heart.
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
They protect the heart.
This is the type of
their
dude somebody will
citizens.
punch you in the face. He'll be in the back like, damn, he hit hard, don't he?
Yo, I
I
would
don't think
do
he
that
felt
shit.
that shit though.
Yo, dead ass.
Yo, he ain't feel it though.
Low key, if I see you get in a fight, I'm gonna do that from the background. There, yo, he punched the shit out you, bro. That shit was rough.
That's foul.
Like, I'm not getting in the fight because you got to fight. No, but no, Rhodesian Ridgebacks are beautiful.
So are predators.
Indeed. Yeah, you get it. You get it. Go ahead, girl.
So we got the monster out of the way.
Oh man.
How
it
old
was
were you when you
bad.
found it? You don't have children, so how old were you when you found out?
Oh man, my
You
parents
don't
were.
have
I thought Santa was.
Your parents like, do we look like we can afford Santa?
I thought Santa worked for Jesus. I was raised in a church household. I thought he was one of his workers. I was like, oh, that's how he got Saint Nick? That's how he got Saint Nick. He worked for him. He go to Jesus. They get all their supplies. They come back. I was like, so how they get around? Jesus stopped time, baby.
Oh, so it wasn't like the reindeer and all that?
No, like Jesus stopped time.
Oh, they made up a whole
the
different-
reindeers fly.
That's
because
lying.
Jesus
I never heard of that shit.
So is the other one. So I was never
yeah.
mad at it. But then eventually I think about
But how old were you? Do you remember?
the age that my dad finally told me it was 9, and I remember because he gave me a book on Saturnamis, and when he gave me a book on Saturnamis, yeah, that messed up.
Wait, on who?
Saturnamis, the original where the time came from and what Christmas and all that
He
stuff.
just put. I thought I was supposed to be like,
And with
Nostradamus.
And
Yo, I swear, I was like,
About to try to correct
And
us.
me, I was like, let me just ask. why
and
I
the
gotta-
winter solstice and why they worship during the
Well, I'm
winter
about to look
solstice
that
and the
up.
changeover and
It's a pagan
changeover.
holiday.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Are
see,
you talking about the devil stuff?
Shall I go ahead and drop what he dropped on me when he gave me that book?
I really
No, hold
hope
on.
that
Let's
they're
find
Yeah,
out.
go
Let's
ahead.
find out
Let's hear
Wavyy
Wavyy.
first.
What?
You don't have any children either.
When
So
you
how
find
old
out-
were you when you
found
found out
Santa
Santa
Claus and
wasn't real?
stuff?
Oh, all right. So at least, I think at least 3 years of my life I had lived with my dad or whatever, and it was him. It was basically him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
no
'Cause
damn
I
Santa
had to be
Claus, boy.
known. That's not he kept, and he was a Muslim.
Oh,
But he
Lord, yeah.
he tried to keep it up though.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
because he wanted you to be
So
happy.
he did. So what he did was let me say for both for the Tooth Fairy and for Santa Claus.
Okay.
I was a very mischievous kid, and I'm still the same way today. So I don't believe nothing type. You know what I'm saying? To where and I need to find out for myself
Yeah,
type
you-
thing.
Okay.
So like in 3rd grade or whatever, when Christmas came around, we made cookies. I made it my business. We should make Santa cookies this year. You know what I'm saying? So I was curious. So we made the cookies, and I was curious to find out who was gonna eat them. Right? So I'm sitting there. They think I'm asleep. I'm in the room, and I just peek one eye out, and I see my dad. I left the door open. They tried to come and close the door, but I cracked the door back open, and I seen them eating the cookies and putting shit under the tree. I said, I know it, but I didn't say nothing. I didn't say,
You
and
gotta
I
keep it
wasn't mad.
going.
I wasn't mad about it either. And for the Tooth Fairy, when I lost my tooth, I put it under my pillow or whatever, and I did the same thing, kept my eye open, and see them come. I said, I knew it was. That's what I was like. I knew it was you. And he's like, take your ass back to sleep.
So I knocked your other two
So
down.
I was in 3rd grade when that happened, but I still enjoy the holiday regardless.
Right.
I always enjoy the holiday because I like seeing the family come together and share not only physical gifts but gifts of the mind, things that we learn throughout the year, and just all of us come together in fellowship. I used to love that.
That's a good. Oh, I'm
That's
feeling
probably
that
my
this
favorite.
year.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
like the
No,
best thing.
that's-
We'll do
that's-
that for Thanksgiving. Like,
that's
not
what
what we
I-
learned, but what we're thankful for.
That's what I love about the holiday. Even amidst all the bullshit about it, I love that part of it, the coming together, the fellowship. Just even people in general seem to be just more like, let me be more of a human being.
Yeah.
now.
Right.
You know, you see
I don't know
strangers.
what
are
it is
Simple
acting
about,
stuff.
right.
And it's simple stuff.
Right, and because I think everybody's focused on that. I think when everyone focuses on just being a decent human being,
Kindness.
you know what I mean? It's like, it's more focused on it around this time of year. You
I
know what I
agree.
mean? So too bad, it doesn't last
Yeah, doesn't that suck?
more than a month.
Right, right, right.
It's like back to
People
reality.
sleep
Oop,
like-
there goes gravity. Yeah, you know
That
what I
was
mean?
good. That was good. You
So-
saw how hyped you? I'm like,
Yeah.
Y'all,
so
if
for,
y'all looking at Wavyy face over here,
He
reading that
reading, he
screen.
reading.
but so when I was a kid, I think it was my mom didn't actually tell me. I told her there was no Santa, and
Oh wow.
because I was always in tune, and I think it had a lot to do with I wasn't the oldest, but I was the middle child, but my oldest brother is he has cerebral palsy, and so he's handicapped. So there's a lot of stuff he couldn't do. So I was, even though I was the younger, I operated more like the oldest sibling.
mm-hmm.
You took care of the other two.
Yeah, and so I was always in tune. And then my mom, she didn't really have anybody like that, to vent to or talk to like that. And she even apologized when she got older. I said, no need to apologize to me about that. But how she would vent to me sometimes, and she's like, you were a kid, like I shouldn't have been putting that all on you.
My mom, yeah.
Yeah, and so, but I felt, and I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I just felt like that was my duty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm her boy, and so you know how you are about your mom.
dead,
Especially
yeah.
growing up, you're like, I got you. No, you can't do shit, but you're a kid. Yes, how
Just
you
like
feel,
the man of the house.
right?
Yeah.
So I never felt weird about that kind of stuff. It was just like, I understand. I went through a lot of emotions with her, where the other two were kind of distant from that side of her, and so I was always ahead of my time and in tune, with stuff.
Right.
And so, I put two and two together and was just like, I was like, hey, this don't make sense. We in the projects. We ain't got no chimney. First of all, white people don't come down here anyway. But Santa's going to fly down here and come in through the vents.
With a bright ass red suit on.
Right. If he bring them flying reindeer into this neighborhood, he ain't leaving with them.
With two
Jack
reindeer.
and those reindeer.
Right.
Two reindeer.
Like people get robbed every day here, B.
Every day, B.
So it was just like the shit don't make sense to me, And then I was looking at her, and I was just seeing everything she would go through and whatnot, and and this is nothing against white people, but Santa Claus is a fat white man, right? And so I remember looking at her, and she was like, just tell like Santa's bringing this and Santa's doing that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm noticing, like, I know your work schedule, and I notice you're working more around this time. And I know how you feel about us, and you don't really have no social life like that. So you ain't putting this together you ain't doing more work for something else.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing it for. It's Christmas time. You want to make sure we have a good Christmas by any means necessary. And so I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, you work your ass off. You go with your hat in hand and humble to these organizations, asking for the little extra help, and whatnot. And I'm like, you go through all of that, and then you turn around, and then you tell us that it's this fat white man that is bringing us all these gifts. And so if I believed you, it'd be like, well, what you been doing all year? You know what I mean? And you're the one breaking your back to make sure we have this.
You must
You know what I
love
mean?
me.
Right. And again, that's not a thing
Real.
against white people, because even if you're white, you should feel the same way. If you're white and your parents white and it don't matter, it's like, you did this work.
Exactly.
You did what you had to do. You did, because we know this. You could barely afford to keep up with the bills. So I know you seriously working your ass off even more, and the whole family sacrifice, because that means there's more time we're alone. You know what I mean? And when you're a little kid, that shit is scary. You know what I'm saying? To be alone so much.
Yes.
And then especially when you're looked at as like the leader of the kids,
Yeah.
and you're like, everything's on me, and I'm
That's
alone.
crazy,
and,
yeah.
Dinner got to be made.
Right. And so, and you don't
Been
really
there.
know what you're doing. You're a kid.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like anxious and whatnot. So everyone deals with it. And then at the end of the day, I got to give this dude credit for what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, that ain't fair. And I kind of feel like you're playing me, because you know I'm sharp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, and then she had to say like, okay, because she knew I was always like ahead of
That's
the game.
interesting to have a child say that.
Yeah, and so she was like,
that
she
way.
she just looked at me like, yeah, I can't fool you. She's like, yeah, so you been eating them damn cookies every year. You know what I mean? Let me get one. Like, share. Like, we know he ain't eating them.
Matter of fact, we can go to sleep. We all eat the cookies. We happier.
Right. And she didn't try to play me. She was just like, you know what? You're smart enough to know that, yes, you're right. There's no Santa.
I don't think my mom ever put from Santa with our gifts.
Yo,
I
I
don't
laugh
blame
because
her.
I still
I
do it
remember
to this day.
I
And
remember.
it's like, I don't know, it's like a running joke. Like, I'll give the gift out, and then one is always from Santa to somebody.
I don't know.
To this
like,
day,
what's
like,
up.
from Santa.
I
And
used to
everybody
hate
looking
when
like,
seeing that, especially after I knew it was like, y'all still doing this Santa shit. And I was only
right,
in
like,
third
let
grade.
it go.
But like when
No,
I
we ain't
moved
doing
back
no
with my
more Santa.
mom, like I don't remember her ever putting from Santa on anything. She made sure, like I remember one time she got me a basketball for. She had the stuff on layaway, right? So she went and got me the basketball. And it said "Love Mom" on the basketball. I thought I was gonna like basketball. I ended up hating it. So she got me that basketball, and I never forget the first time she whooped my ass. Right?
Why?
I don't know what I did.
Oh,
I did
okay.
something, right? And she whooped my ass, and it was the first time. And she's my heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
right.
you my best friend.
Right.
And she whooped my ass. So I went over to that dead basketball, started trying to scratch off Love Mom. And she see me, and she bust out crying.
Oh,
Oh.
really?
Yeah, I never forget it to this day.
The
Oh, my
second
God.
monster in here.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
No,
She started crying.
Rob,
She didn't want to beat me
you know
up.
people, right?
Damn.
It be your own, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Yo, you
God,
felt so bad,
I
didn't
did
you?
because I cried too.
Bro, they ain't nothing like
It's
making
like I was so
your
mad
parent
up.
cry. Ain't nothing like
man,
making your
I'm
parent
telling
cry,
you.
Man,
I'm
my
the
mom
same
made
way,
me
though,
cry
like-
so many damn times. I owe her like 5 more, goddammit. I'm joking, but I'm joking. Yo, nah, my mom made me.
You know she's somewhere
me.
talking junk right now.
Yeah.
No, with my son, I was never into that.
The whole from Santa thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just, now his mom, me and his mother, when we were together, we battled over that because she was all into the experience of Santa and all of that. And that just bothered me so much because I knew the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And not only I go way down a rabbit hole, but even beyond that, correlating that with the picture of Jesus that the Vatican officiated as this
The
is
picture
the actual
that black
picture
people
of Jesus.
still got up in their damn
Right.
holes
Oh,
to
my
this
God.
day.
Well, narrative control. I keep showing you this kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
So that becomes
These are
the
just
authority
And
in
that
your
guy
mind.
was born in Jerusalem, went to Egypt. Get out of here.
Right, but even with Santa, like that was part of that whole mess for me. Was like, this is more narrative. It teaches our children that's the authority over me, over you, over everybody.
They
so
have
I've
superpowers.
seen it when people say like, "Oh, it's just conspiracy." I went to Africa and I seen how it works.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
So after you're done, I want Rob to tell the story what his father said, and then you tell me what you saw in Africa. Because
Okay.
like I need to be educated. I don't feel
You
like
talking
I
about
know.
the book he gave me?
Well, yeah.
Or
and
like
I'll
what the
pass
whole
it to you in just a
propaganda
second.
is and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, that's exactly what it is. Propaganda.
Right.
It really is.
And
You know
where
what
it
I mean?
originated from. Like where do we even get this from?
And
man.
you had Europe, you had England, Europe, Italy, where the Vatican is and all that. They learned early on, especially with religion, the Vatican especially, because they've been around thousands of years, and they learn we can present certain imagery and say we're the voice of God. This is what it is, and everybody goes, well, that must be what it is.
It's heavy in Germany.
But then
You know, I grew
when
up
they
in
go
Germany, it's
around,
heavy.
and when they go around to other countries and other places, people are thinking, well, if God is white, and these people are white, and that person's white, and they say move off the road, get out my way, I better listen.
Yeah.
These are descendants of gods. Like, I mean, they are the authority, and they could be poorer than you. You know what I mean? But when they walk on the sidewalk and like just look at you, like, get out my way.
Well,
But you got all this space. But you're supposed to move when I come.
Oh.
Or when I want your resources, you're supposed to give them to me because, wait, remember, look at this picture of the Son of God. Looks like who?
he look like us. Matter of fact,
Do what I
the
say.
original angels look like no, they don't.
And that was part of the tools that, and again, I'm not bashing all white people. I'm
No.
talking about those just happen to be the white people, happen to be white people in those areas. And so you know, so all of that is part of propaganda. Like Santa, you see this imagery of Santa Claus right here, right? And a lot of people don't know that this never existed. The fat white man with the big beard and the red suit. Coca-Cola invented this Santa. You know what I mean? It was marketing, and it worked
And it
brilliantly.
was the best marketing ever.
Right. From
I
down
didn't know
from the
that.
colors of his. Yeah, this red suit Santa was created by Coca-Cola. It did not exist before. Santa did, or excuse me, Saint Nick.
St. Nicholas.
Santa
Saint
Claus is a mixture of two people from two stories. When all the immigrants were migrating from Germany, you know, Dutch people, you know, you're everywhere. They all brought fables and storytells and all stuff from their cultures. And this was a mixture of one horrible person and a nice person. Klaus was the horrible one. Saint Nick was the saint, you know, he was the good guy, right? Or trying to be the good guy. But they got mixed because you come to America and America picks and pulls the things it likes out of shit. And then puts it and makes it into something and tells you this is the reality.
Oh, we're good for that.
And you're like, that is not where that came from. And then Coca-Cola was like, let's try this with the red suit and all that. And their marketing department, I think it was the 40s, 30s or 40s.
2030s, something
Yeah,
like that.
and they came up with a marketing ploy, and they were like, this is what they came up with. And it did wonders for them. Why do you think they still use it for the Coca?
Yep.
Why do you think Coca-Cola, which isn't really like a material gift you go get somebody, but why do you think that's one of the most advertised products every Christmas?
Really is.
Yep.
Because they invented our Christmas as we know it.
That's
Coca-Cola did.
crazy. I never knew that.
Nice.
Yeah, there
He
it
even
is.
put that up.
Santa Claus and Coca-Cola.
31, boy.
I never knew that.
The old brain still works.
Yeah. So when we're telling our kids Santa, because the people where he originated from, they didn't call him Santa. Coca-Cola merged that and made it a thing. And we tell our kids.
He wasn't even considered a saint for a long time.
Right.
Y'all just taught me something.
And we tell our kids, Santa has done this, Santa's done it. And they're like, Santa. They go sit on his lap at the mall, and they idolize and
First
glorify.
of all, even think about that. That whole thing is kind of like,
Weird? Yeah.
yes.
You sitting on a grown-ass man's lap.
Right.
Yeah,
And telling them what you want.
I don't. Now that I don't know where that came from. Like, sit in my lap, little boy.
Actually, I did read about it. Can't remember now. There's some back knowledge on where.
Yeah, because my whole thing was like, you know, I wasn't with that. I'm like, why can't he just stand in front of you and tell you what he wants?
Yeah.
There is this pretty cool thing in Germany that they do, and I used to love it. So at one point, I did love Christmas, right? Not that I don't, I still love it, but I was like super hyped for it. So like you get like, and I forget what it's called now. I forget the German name for it, but it's like, it'll have every day leading up to Christmas, right? So like, and it's like these little doors, and you open up one, and it's like a candy in each one. It's like all these little. So like as a kid, you're so excited because you go to it, you're like, oh, open up one, boom, and
The
you
days
pull
of
it out.
Christmas,
Yeah, it's like the days, and it's like super, super, super dope. So all the kids get real excited about
That's
it.
dope as hell.
Yeah, so they created this imagery of Santa Claus. It was so phenomenal that other marketing agencies around the world, and Coca-Cola had went worldwide by that point, and they were spreading it. And other companies were like, holy smokes.
That's great.
We use this dude and
It
put him up
works.
there in our ads and stuff, and it works. And then it became part of the world's culture. Even though this is a fictitious, made-up marketing ploy, not even just from story tales from way back. Like, this is legitimately factory synthetic made to make you buy stuff.
That's great.
And it's
down to the
become
colors
that
of the
much,
suit,
right? It became that much
his
of our,
eyes.
yeah, it became that much of
beard, all
our
that shit.
fabric of our culture.
Boom.
Oh, that's the
Oh my
The
god.
advent calendar. The advent calendar.
Them guys, I loved it.
Yo, for those who are watching, Jamie is putting up stuff for us. That's why we keep looking up, looking all
And
weird
I
and
saw
shit.
one in like Harris Theater one day,
You should have
and
got
I
it.
went berserk. People were looking. I was like, "Oh my god, this is it! This is it!"
Like another
People
nut.
walking- Listen,
thought it was only in Germany?
super nerd, huh?
You thought that was only in Germany for a long time?
Yo,
No, it is.
What Christmas movie is
They-
that they got an
Really?
event
You've seen
calendar?
it out here?
Yeah, I seen it all in New York. Growing up, our teachers used to
That's
give us that.
dope.
And then if you watch
And it was
that,
it was like little things
it was
inside.
candies and stuff inside.
Yo, I thought
You
it
ever
was
seen
all-
Bad Santa
Christmas
before?
Vacation.
God, some of it, not all of it.
Bad Santa
That's
too.
I love that
You seen the
movie.
kid
Bad
had
Santa.
Oh,
the-
that's
He
with
had
Cameron
it.
Diaz.
No.
Is she in that one?
Oh my God.
Okay, no.
I
So
don't
no.
know, with
Billy
the
Bob
little
Thornton.
fat kid, the dude,
I didn't
the
see the
Santa
whole
Claus
thing.
dude. Who was it? Billy
Billy
Bob.
Bob
Yeah,
Thornton.
I
He went
thought
and
it was
took all
only
the kids'
overseas.
candies.
And ate them all.
He ate all his candies
And then
shit,
gave that man
and
back
filled it
candy
back up with some
corns.
bullshit.
And tape that junk back together. Yo, you was a dirty
That
dude.
is
Used to have
so
quarters,
messed
You
too.
never,
up.
it's hilarious. It's
I
like
didn't see the whole
it's like a
thing.
raunchy comedy.
It's a
I
run-
feel like
but
I
this junk
saw
is
like
funny
the
as
ends
hell.
of it before, because wasn't he like in like a locker room or something, Billy Bob Thornton?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
sitting
yeah.
there with like one of these on or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
hilarious.
saw like a little bit of it, not the whole thing.
Yo, he
It's
raw.
funny.
That's
In that
my
whole
Christmas
he
movie
raw.
every year. Like I'm twisted. Like
I don't
Mine's
know.
is
I
The
like
Wiz.
Christmas
I gotta
Vacation.
watch
Oh,
the
The
Wiz.
Wiz.
Wiz Christmas
Yeah.
Vacation
that and
with
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story.
I like Christmas
You
Story.
have to watch
your
that.
eye out.
You'll
It
shoot your eye
never
out, kid.
gets old.
You know what?
Well, that's what I was doing in
Hey,
Santa
Chubby
Claus.
Chase
That's
is
just
still
the
like my favorite, bro.
Ho,
Oh,
yeah,
It
from
was
Christmas
him,
Story.
So what
Yeah.
about the people who don't have family? Because for a lot of people, look, I'm like all putting the Debbie Downer, but a lot of people don't freaking like, they've either lost their like immediate loved ones or their parents, so the holidays are really tough for them.
Yeah.
So, oh, sorry, y'all. He put something on the screen and we're like into it.
Yeah, y'all. This is
Yeah, I was trying not to get
Google all this.
distracted. I couldn't help it. I was like, look at that. You should have seen me. I was like, yeah.
What he put up there? Yeah.
Japan. Okay, so what
Hide
about
the
those
boom.
folks? How do you think? And then, like, what could we do for people like that? Or if you know anyone that, like, do you open up your home?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really the only way to bring them any kind of real joy. I've seen people like that, and I've seen people take it different ways. The people I've seen like that more so just kind of annoyed, like, you know, oh, if we can hurry him get past this damn holiday so they can move past it and not think about it.
Right.
But then, you know, I'm sure I haven't physically seen, because I'm sure a lot of those people, they go into their privacy, and if they cry alone, or
Yeah.
you know whatnot.
that
That's-
sucks.
Well, this is one of the most
I don't want
depressing
people
seasons
being-
of the year.
It is. A lot of
Yeah.
people.
But like they
Wait,
don't.
like, no,
but,
it's not.
But they not. They don't take in like factors. that
Watch
other
your
people-
mouth talking about Christmas around here.
No, listen, you gotta peek back. You like, I said.
Nah, I was trying to think of a Christmas that I spent by myself, but I thought when I went out to LA, but nah, I kind of made it my business to come back each time. It was like
I
Christmas.
don't know. I
time
think I
with
might.
my family.
I think I might have spent one in Miami. Well, no, I had my girl at the time, so not Miami.
I know I opened up my home before, but it was for Thanksgiving. Like when we first moved out here, I ain't know nobody in the South. My
Yeah.
first small, and we were all alone. My family didn't come yet, and I had this like little apartment in Mill Creek.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey y'all, if there's anybody that's by themselves, and I could not, but like it was like people I don't even talk to this day that showed up, and we all had a great time. We all
Damn
like,
right.
yeah, it was like so awesome.
Oh,
That's what's up.
I've been to something like that for Thanksgiving before.
Mhm.
Just working on the film, and you know,
Away
none
from
of us
family and
around
friends.
family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody, and it was actually dope.
See,
Like everybody got together,
Feels
just
good.
drinking, eating. Everybody brought great ass food and just kicked it. You know what I
See.
mean?
Yeah, see, I did that in Miami after the accident. We went to our church, and they did everything up for us, and it was
Really?
just dope. The church took care of us because they knew we was away from the rest of the family. And Jamie just went the
Wow.
double super downer.
No,
Suicide
he's
rates
saying
in
you-
the holidays.
It's not.
Is the
I'm saying it's lower.
myth.
It's a myth.
Wow.
See, I thought there was a lot of
Suicides,
people that
misperceptions. I don't
do
know about
commit.
suicides, but I think depression.
But see,
is
like
high.
people, like I heard a scientist talking about that. He said, but people say it's depression over the holidays. Depression over. He said it's not over the holidays. He's got to remember the climate has severely just changed, and people are not getting outside and getting much vitamin D and sunlight as much. So a lot of times it's not just the holidays and being alone.
Yeah, shit. I lived
the
out
fact.
west in the during the holidays, and you go to the hood on the holidays. It's like half be alright, and then the other half like.
Okay, see now that's
Dang.
different. That's not a lack of people. That's a lack of money, and that can make you depressed on any day.
Right, and that's mostly it's way more people depressed during the holidays from not being able to do, especially single parents, not being able to give their child, because there's a lot of families that go, I'm like, man, we didn't get nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got good morning. It's Christmas, nigga.
Go play with your friends. They got toys.
You
Yo,
know?
listen, that was
That
the
was the
moment I've been
guys,
waiting
too.
for
Toys
all
for
day.
Tots.
That was
Toy
it.
for
That was good.
Marine Corps toys.
They
toys.
knocked at that door, son. We was like, what is going on? Because you know that's like a hit and miss. sometimes they won't bring you nothing.
Yeah.
I remember the year after that, they didn't bring us nothing, and we had nothing. But that particular year,
What
Wait,
did y'all do though
are
that
they
year?
supposed to
Like,
do
how
it
did
every
you feel?
year?
what?
When you didn't have nothing.
It was kind of like,
Because you're a kid, it's not your fault. So it's like you didn't really have a choice in the matter.
it's like when you know your situation or whatever, it's kind of like shit
Taking it
happens.
stride.
And then I love my mom, and I know it's hard. And like I said, they brought us that when I was like in 5th grade. By 3rd grade, I had already knew the truth. So when I knew, it was kind of like, and then my dad wasn't in our life at that time or whatever, so it was just us, and we knew we didn't have it. So it was just like, okay, we still went to the family house, the family cooked food or whatever. I never forget going to my grandfather's house after we go to everybody else's house. Like, everybody always had some type of gift for us on Christmas or whatever, even if it was like different family members. But going over to my grandfather's house, getting that, oh shit, I forgot about them. Let me go get them. Let me go get them a game card from EB. What was the name? EB.
Some
the
shit from
little
the gas
game,
station.
The little game, game thing. They always went to, and I brought that up to my grandfather recently. He got so mad at me.
And he should put,
I said, yo, why you always supposed to go get us this little cheap ass gift cards? Because y'all, we ain't forget about y'all. I never forget about my grandson. Like, yes, you did. I see grandma leave out every time. And she would go get this little card and come back and it be in a little bag. But you know what I'm saying? But
You do know this is the second time you flamed your grandfather. Your grandfather.
no, this is my dog right here. Y'all got to see the videos with me and this grandfather. Like,
That's
this the one I stayed with in 12th grade or whatever.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
long story.
No, I'm gonna be that grandfather with millions of dollars in bank and all. Like,
Nah, you can't do
girl,
that.
Girl,
You know,
I'm
the
gonna entertain
grandkids-
them. Sneak out and go get a gift card real
He
quick.
always do that. No, listen. But it was too different. It was like, it was his wife, and his wife, she was dope to us. Well, yeah, his wife, she was dope to us. She, growing up, she was grandma to us or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she had her family over there. And then
Okay.
we were the two old, I think we was my grandfather's only grandkids at this time or whatever. So we come over and it's like, oh, these kids got gifts, and it's like, we here too.
Oh, that's so.
It was one of those, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So look, I was talking to my cousin recently, right? Listen, I mean, this
Yo,
is
whenever
kind of
your
like the
voice
same.
start getting
Right,
Yo,
like,
you know,
you
go
know,
do
you know, you gotta
something.
be good.
Yeah.
No, so like for me, my grandfather, you know, rest in peace, he passed, but was everything. Like I had the best grandfather, right? So I'm talking to my cousin, and you know, my family's kind of big through like marriage and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, granddad. She's like, I ain't had them Christmases. So I'm like, what? Christmas was like, I remember you being there. She's like, it wasn't like how y'all's was. So to your point, I think she and I just never, you know, when you're young, you don't look at
You
it
don't
like
notice
that.
that
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? She like, yeah, you had that. Nah, it wasn't like that for us. And I was like, are you sure? She's like, I'm sure. Like,
Wait, they try to make it
So-
seem like he was just like,
I guess that maybe he catered to us
Yeah.
more or something. Like her experience was
So
vastly
she
different
was
than what I
his-
remember.
She was his daughter,
Okay.
or
No, my cousin is his.
it was your cousin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it was his grandkid too.
Oh, yes. I don't know then.
So-
he ain't like y'all ass and like keep it funky.
So
I ain't like you.
He ain't like your
can't really
mama.
get too much into the family stuff. But like the wife was different than my mom's mom, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if she felt like, well, y'all the real kids, grandkids,
Yeah.
and we the side chicks, grandkids or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was that type of,
Yeah.
and I don't think they were side. The mom was a side at the time. I think it was his maid at the time, but I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. I was a kid.
He was like, my shit was
But
popping. That's all I
will
know.
say this. Yeah, my shit was popping. That was like the highlight. Like going to the going to my grandparents.
Your highlight was torture for the other
Torture
kids.
somebody else. God.
Like I'm mad I forgot about it when y'all
So
asked
it
me.
was the
What's the highlight? I'm like, when you said grandparents, I'm like, how did I forget?
That's the best
Oh
moment.
my
Yo,
God.
Grandpa.
But look,
Tell you, it's
my
not some
grandfather
monster.
used to
Wow.
get this thing for my sister, right? And it was like this. It was this perfume called Rose. It was like his thing. I don't know. They just had this thing, right? So we knew in the freaking stocking, the Rose was gonna be in there.
In
You'd always
there.
have the scent. So again, one day, you know, you can go to TJ Maxx or Marshalls, get the little cheap cologne and perfumes, right? That
Uh-huh.
smell good, right? So look, I'm out here. We at Wilmington. I'm like at Marshalls or TJ Maxx. I'm doing my last minute shopping. Yo, I see this thing that says tea rose. So I'm like, no, ain't no way. Yo, I smell it. It's the exact perfect smell. So I'm like, oh, my sister gon' flip, right? I'm like, yes. So this year we had all made our own stockings and stuff, right? We got all the glitter. Everybody made their stockings. So I'm like, yo, she gon' lose it. Listen, we put all the stuff in the stocking. I got the tea rose. I'm like, oh, I can't wait. Everybody like, yo, I'ma kill him. Everybody opened up their gifts, right?
Was he
so
going at
anxious.
this time?
He's gone.
Okay.
I'm so anxious, right? I'm waiting. I'm so excited.
Sitting there staring at that stocking.
Yo, staring at it. So here she goes. She's pulling out the stuff. So she looks. I'm like, open it. I'm like, open it. Smell it, right? So listen, she puts some on her thing and she's like, yo, everybody. I'm talking about it's like stuff everywhere. We've been opening up.
You don't like it?
Everybody's like,
Everybody just stop.
She had a memory of the grandfather.
yo, I never got it again. She was done. I mean,
it's official.
whale.
Damn right.
I felt.
But not.
I was like, oh shit. I felt so bad. I never bought it again. I just knew it was gonna be like a nostalgic, like, oh, I expected her to get like choked up.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was gonna hit her
Full
like that. I
out
didn't
tears.
even.
How old was she at the time?
We was grown.
But, bruh,
Sorry,
some
Bree.
stuff brings back memories, though.
I wanted you to say that.
But yeah, sorry, Bree. He made me say it. She gonna watch this shit like, wait.
Yo.
But yeah, man, like, it hurt her. I felt bad. I was
Yo,
like,
just
damn.
thinking back to all this stuff, it's just a blessing to be who we are
It
today.
really is.
Like after everything we've
So
gone
much stuff
through,
has
you know what
changed.
I'm
Yeah,
saying?
been through
Like,
some shit.
for real, like even going through this whole show, like
Bruh,
the stories
yo,
that we
all
had.
the shit that we put out.
Yeah.
God dang. Oh, yo, Scrooge.
They know our
I
life
forgot
out
about
here.
Scrooge.
Yeah,
Scrooge?
So
Yeah.
let me get y'all's opinion on this. Like,
Scrooge.
what do you think? What do you think is the proper thing? Because this is something I battle with. Like I was saying with my son, I never played the Santa. So his mom would get so mad because she'd be like, "Just let him have his childhood," and I'd be like, "But we're perpetuating
Some
this
bullshit.
myth and this propaganda that's used as a weapon against him." You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm just not for that. I can't do that to him in good conscience. You know,
Dang.
but I let him know early, and he was just kind of like, "Yeah, Dad," I kind of figured. And I was like, "Well, you like me." Well,
That
he's
sounds
always
that
ahead.
sounds like your son.
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, kind of." He wasn't disappointed. He was just like, "Yeah, kind of knew."
I remember I explained something
And
to that kid
yeah.
about. I explained that
I
kid
gotta ask
something
my
about
daughter what she gonna
chemistry.
do with her baby.
Bro, I explained that kid something about chemistry, and he was like, "Yeah, that makes sense. Ionic bonds." Ew. Ionic bonds. I was telling
No,
teaching about ionic, but his son.
Oh,
Yeah, so that
okay.
doesn't amaze me at all. That's one of those.
Yeah, so I talked to him about it, and he's just like, you know, no big deal. You got my list though, right? That's like, you're like, you still got my list, right?
Right.
Oh man, I
And-
remember the Christmas list and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like tradition? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no. So the thing I want to know from you guys is, especially being, you know, strong-minded, you know, African American people, you know, that
I'm not African American.
okay.
There we go.
Yeah, well, hold on. Us two, we just,
That's not what I am.
All right. Were you know,
you sound like me when people say
You-
you black.
darker skinned persons?
I ain't
Not
never
dark
been black.
skin. I was so mess with you guys.
Okay, I was like, all right, I got a name for you.
Look at me.
Look, what about you? I'm like, gave him the mom look like, don't you try it, goddammit.
But what's you guys' opinion on? I get the nostalgia, I get the feeling and like what we're used to, but when you know it's wrong, you know, especially when it comes to your children or you know the other small children in your family, how do we proceed with still continuing to enjoy this holiday and everything that comes with it, but also not perpetuate, do the bidding of those who created it for them and continue doing it for them by participating in it? Do we do our own thing and call it something else? Do we just go along?
good
Like, how long
question.
do we go along with this knowing that what it's really about and, you know, what it came from? Like, you're finding out now, you know, Christians celebrate this, the birth
Saying
of
with our
Jesus.
kids?
And now they don't even know, you know, the actual birth date of
Is that what you're
Jesus.
saying?
It was during the spring.
Yeah.
Like with our kids, if we're gonna let our kids know,
Mm-hmm.
Our kids and our people.
Our people.
Yes.
That Santa's not real?
No, just about Christmas in general.
Like if you had kids and you had it, would you perpetuate how it is now, where you tell your kids about Santa Claus?
Absolutely not.
What would you do?
I'm gonna tell them.
Like, what would you tell them?
Santa ain't real.
No, but
But you're
I'm
still
not.
gonna
I'm not
like,
talking
but
about
we still
Santa
celebrate it on the
specifically
same
anymore.
day. We're still doing the same. We're still
Right.
feeding
I'm talking about the
to the
whole
same thing.
holiday is falsehoods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
like
It's
even
a
the whole
pagan
20.
holiday.
and when you know it,
I won't say falsehood.
do you
that
just
much, it's
keep doing it?
complications.
Did you stop?
no, I haven't fully stopped. The Santa shit
No, he
I
ain't
throw out the door. The Santa shit I
Yo,
throw
nah,
out
that
the
shit was
door.
perfect.
We gonna
though.
shop. We gonna put this tree
It was
up.
like,
But ain't no
did you
Santa.
stop? No, I
Sometimes, you know what? Most years I don't even do a tree.
For real?
Yeah.
I'd be heartbroken. I don't care. I'm putting my damn tree
I mean, but
up.
it's really a mental fight for me
I put it
because
up. It's a white one too.
you have not just
it's just
yourself.
as fake as the holiday.
Lord have mercy.
so cute.
My mom got us a
It's
little
so
tree
cute.
one year. We put it in the middle of the table.
Nah, nigga.
on the coffee table.
And
I
it lit up
laughed
too,
at what we
didn't
did to
it?
try to make do for this damn holiday.
Hey, you got
Oh, you been amazed.
Little ass tree in the
gotta
middle, like,
do what
Mom,
you
what
gotta
is that
do.
gonna do?
But think about
Oh,
that. Think
shit.
about the struggles of
Right.
families. Think about what you go through to get. Even if you got money, it's still stressful
It is.
because you got to get all this
Shit,
stuff
it's stressful
together.
for
You
me
got to
every
do all
year.
these
Well,
plans
see, there's
and
like
all
one
of
thing
this.
that you can't take out of it is just mom mentality. The simple fact that we all got kids. If y'all celebrate with y'all kids, and I got kids, and I'm like, yo, I don't celebrate Christmas. I'm probably gonna take care of them during Christmas just because it's like I ain't gonna let them go through that and be sitting there looking at your kids get stuff and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So it's more like more of my mom mentality kind of thing.
I kind of do the same thing, but I make sure, like, I got 2 baby brothers on my dad's side. So it's them, it's my niece, my nephews, and I got 2 nephews. I got a niece and I got 2 nephews. So I get them all something, but me, I typically don't, like, celebrate it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, on my own, I don't really celebrate it, but I still want to reward them for,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Even though during the year and thing, you got a birthday, nigga, so I can give it to you on your birthday for real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, I kind of feed into it. Maybe
Do
it's
you
a
say Merry
bad
Christmas
thing.
when you call them?
Mom
I
mentality.
don't say that.
Okay.
I don't say that. I'm not
Yeah,
even
I'm
one
Or
of
what
the
if they're like,
holidays,
happy
Merry
holidays. I'm
Christmas.
a happy holidays type of person.
Happy
Okay.
Saturnamas, nigga.
No,
Yeah,
you
tell,
do
tell
not.
us, tell us about the
Lord.
Saturn.
What is it called
my-
again?
Saturnamas. It was
Saturn?
the worship of the
Like
Saturn.
Saturn.
Like Saturn. It was originally
Saturnamas.
it was originally a pagan holiday to the god of Saturn. Technically, it goes back slightly before that.
Mm-hmm.
So, just give you a little bit of backstory. All right, Saturnamas. Tell you what the exact holiday was, and please, if y'all on the internet, please don't flame me. I forgot a lot of stuff. I read this book when I was 13, and probably haven't read much about it since. But Saturnamas was a time of year during the winter solstice when they came and they worshiped this god of Saturn, because Saturn is very visible during that time in that area. They worshiped the god of Saturn, and what ends
Who's they?
Rome at the time. It was
Okay.
Rome, but it originated before Rome. Actually.
Okay.
So they worshipped that, and it was when the men came together and gave each other's gifts and brought in an evergreen tree into the house to celebrate everlong life, meaning living past death, because everything else was dying and evergreens never died. That's how we got the Christmas tree.
Oh wow.
They beat their wife and kids and gave each other gifts and slept with each other in a big festival.
Really?
Yeah, where they did
Now that's Christmas to me.
you ain't lying.
Why in my head I was thinking something like that, but I didn't want to say it.
I was like, oh shit.
that
I
was
was
really
like,
Saturnamas.
Just like that, I'm not gonna say that. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Tell me
how
everything about
Saturnamas became Christmas was during the time of Constantine, when he was adapting the Bible. There was a big fuss because Christianity had started becoming a big thing, and the pagan holidays were a big thing. Well, he couldn't stay in reign with the way he wanted to because he was adapting the Bible. He was adapting all of this stuff. Well, that's when a lot of the Catholicism came out, where they turned ISIS. They turned ISIS into Mary. And that's why Mary is in the biblical version is never worshipped. She was supposed to be revered above all women, but she was never supposed to be worshipped or prayed to. And they brought her in, and she was originally Isis. And the only way to adapt it all was to take in also the holidays. So you had a couple of different pagans that worshiped the winter solstice, which was not necessarily Saturnamis. It was actually a mixture of just pagan worship to pagan deities, the deity of death, the deity of life and everlife and all that stuff. Eventually what happened is that he says, they go, okay, cool. The only way I'm going to stay in power is to bring in this. And so they made Mary Isis. They made Jesus. They made it Christ time and took his birth out of what technically should have been late spring, early summer, because that's the only time that the people would have been walking the sheep, because you wouldn't walk sheep during winter. Like it wouldn't make no sense. Plus you wouldn't take a travel that long over that distance, and it's a bunch of stuff like that. Plus you wouldn't do your census in that time. You wouldn't do that census because everybody was traveling, and you would do the census during the time that everybody would come home, which would be the Passover, which is when around time a holiday when Jesus was around. So they took that in to adapt it so he could keep power. It had nothing to do with that. Eventually, why I do love Christmas is because of what America did with it. America took it in and said, yeah, this is all messed up. Shut all of that down. Here's what we're going to do. It was a big white dude. He gave out gifts and stuff like that. And then what's great about it.
It's a mashup of multiple
but
different
see, it
things,
became beautiful. What we did with it is we did something dope. We said, you know what? I don't know about all that. But during this time, it's about kindness. It's about cheer. It's about giving. It's about love. That's what it was. That's what it's supposed to be about. A remembrance of love and stuff like that for Americans.
Right.
But I think it's good if I have a kid. When I have a kid, I will tell them that full truth. Like, all right, let me explain to you where this came from, bro. Why? Because you don't need to be out here worshiping Saturnamis.
Yeah, and see, that's my problem with
Yeah.
it. Like, you kind of hit it on the head right there, where, because we have multiple holidays that were pagan holidays or mash up from other things that we use, and it's a great time for us and stuff.
If you ever get a chance, go read that.
I
where
will.
All the holidays came from.
Yeah, but it's like you take these things,
or at least what they call.
Because a lot of people say that now. Well, it's good now, and you're like, yeah, I agree. It represents a good thing now. But what it's rooted in, like the roots don't go away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're still participating. That's like me, coming back from war, and I build you this big, beautiful chest and I tell you it's good luck. And I give you this ivory-looking chest that's one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen, right? And I tell you it's great luck. It'll bring luck to your house. And I give it to you, and like lucky things start happening. You're like, yo, like
Now
it
you
really
believe
is
in
good
it.
luck. But then I tell you, well, when I went to war, we saw this orphanage in the middle of one of our battlefields, and we slaughtered all the kids and took their bones and made this chest out of it.
Ooh.
Now you didn't do that, and
Right.
you don't support that, but
Right.
this chest is beautiful, and for some reason it seems that it has brought you good luck in your home. Now, do you just go, now that I know the truth of where it came from, is this thing, am I going to pretend it's still a good thing that I want to keep in my house?
Right.
Or
No.
do I have a problem with its roots?
How much good luck is it bringing?
Because it's still the bones.
I mean, is it bringing
see,
good
I
luck?
love
Or
what
is
I
it like
heard.
kinda
Monster
good
over
luck?
here.
Dom is the
It really
Grinch for real, yo. Dominic is the Grinch.
Yeah, he did
like,
compare that
I
to
thought this was gonna be an episode we was gonna talk about the nice movies and shit that we watch. He is still trying to prove a point
He
to
the
his baby
monster, he
mama
the Grinch.
that they should have told his kid at a young age. Like, God damn, son.
Yo, he brought me in on
This
this.
is the Grinch moment right
No,
here.
I'm
man.
not-
I'm
honestly-
by humbug.
But honestly,
But I'm not the Grinch. I'm just, all right, so there's a lot of great songs, a lot of great memories. I think it's to each and everyone on their own to decide what they want to do, how they want to live their lives. But as long as you know the roots, as long as you know the roots of what
just
you're
live in love.
participating in,
The
and
root tie.
be open-minded and clear, have clarity when you're going into these holidays.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Live in love, man.
Right.
Live in
So,
love.
but I mean, we can't beat the nostalgia, can't beat the good feeling.
Yes.
Don't stop being great people and taking this time of year to reflect on what it means to be a wonderful, magnificent, giving human being. You know what I mean? Hug your family tight. So many people have been lost this year.
Yes.
You know, so many people are still struggling. So many people are not having a Christmas at all. You know, there's people out there starving. There's all kinds of things going on. There's sick people right now, you know. So just keep it in mind. If you're blessed, be blessed. If you're struggling, then, you know, just, you know, put your hands together and pray to the Most Highs to be blessed, you know. But love on your people, man. Love on your people. Find some people you don't know to love on.
There you go.
You know what I
Indeed.
mean?
Love
Not the Trump
everybody.
way. Don't get physical. Just find ways to be loving toward people you
Be
don't
loving.
know.
Love
Yeah.
Okay,
everybody, man.
but yeah, most definitely. And so, you know, hey,
live from love.
celebrate your holiday the way you want to. I just want to say again,
Wisha.
Merry Christmas, Bonquisha, and all y'all. You know, maybe it's cold outside, but Merry Christmas to everyone, and very, very happy New Year from the Cuttin Up Squad.
Yes.
And
Love y'all, man.
on that note, you know what I mean? We've got to go to SDOT Lee clause. You know what I mean? So, yeah, SDOT Lee clause. You know what I mean? And be safe out there in the winter, and if it's snowing, throw you a few S dots around in the front yard. You know?
You know what?
Yo, bro.
Yo, y'all
we
coming
gonna
for me
pass
I
it
was
today.
waiting for it though. Like I knew it had to come back somehow.
It was perfect though,
Yeah, what?
and it matched my.
Yeah, it did.
It sure did.
You look good, though.
You look good.
Y'all look good, guys.
Yeah, look
Y'all
good.
Good.
You look fluffy.
My teeth matched too. I was like,
There you
I
go.
know, right?
Yeah, if your teeth would have been, yeah, it showed up immediately.
Well, come on, Snow White Lee.
Snow White.
Take us on out of here.
Okay, let's do something different, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Let's do this. How about we all just say something encouraging, each one of us. Like it can be one word, it could be a saying, but we all share this one together.
I already said mine. Go ahead, Wade.
So you gotta say something else. Just
I
like
say
say
more?
one word.
One word.
Yeah.
X, baby!
Okay. Y'all know mine. Mine is soul love. Love people from the soul, man. The purest place you could ever go. Soul love. What's yours, Wade?
What's yours, Rob?
What's yours, Rob?
Live from love. Everything you do, live from love.
Okay, Neil. Kind of sounds like my neck.
Well, that is the rest of the show, everybody. Peace
No,
and love
no,
to you
cannot
and
get
your
out of
family.
Yo, that's my homie.
You gotta-
We wish you a
you gotta say
very,
something to your
very,
people.
My
very,
nigga
very,
Wade,
very, very
dog.
happy holidays from all of us at the Cuttin Up. What are we, Cuttin Up Crew?
Yeah.
From all of us at the Cuttin Up, with the Cuttin Up Crew, we wish you a very, very
Squad.
happy holiday.
And a very, very cutting up Christmas.
Hello.
Cuttin' Up
Yeah.
Christmas.
And a happy New Year.
And
Have
so
a
long.
very Merry Christmas and a...
Yeah, yeah.
That's my
word,
joint.
Word,
Hey,
word.
that was
What he got is cutting up. Woo. What he got is cutting up. Woo.